what are the scopes and excitements of physics? So scope means what? Scope means whatever that you're going to study. Okay, so the whole syllabus is divided in two main categories. Okay, macroscopic and microscopic. Macroscopic means those study of those particles which are bigger in size. Macro means bigger in size. Again, microscopic means study of those particles whose size is very small. Okay, very small means can be viewed through your microscopes only. Okay, these type of particles, microscopic particles. So macroscopic physics. Okay, so what are the things that we have to study is, first thing is mechanics. Okay, mechanics means when we study something, okay, about motion. Mechanics itself means motion, study of motion. Okay, so motion, laws of motion, okay, work energy, then rotational motion, gravitation, all these things that we are going to study is in mechanics. Okay, then next part is thermodynamics. Thermodynamics means what? Thermo means your temperature and heat, and dynamics means in motion. When heat is in motion, heat flow. Okay, so we are going to study about heat, temperature, heat engines. Okay, heat engines, Carnot cycles, conduction, convection, radiations, all these we are going to study in thermodynamics. Thermodynamical laws. Okay, then next part is electromagnetism. Electromagnetism means electro means your electric from electricity, and magnetism means your magnetic characters. Now we already know that in 10th also we have studied electromagnetism, that electricity and magnetism are both the things are interrelated to each other. So we'll study here about charges, okay, when they are at rest. Then we'll study current electricity when the charges will start to move. Then magnetism will study, then electromagnetic induction, EMI, then alternating currents, AC currents, will study that. Electromagnetic waves, will study all this in electromagnetism. Okay, then optics. Optics means about lights. Okay, now optics has two parts. One is your macroscopic and other one is your microscopic level. So in your optics will study about reflection, refraction, prism, telescope, microscope. We also have wave theory in optics that you will study in. These all things are in your 12th. Okay, these things will study in 11th, and the your wave theory and all will study in 12th. Okay, so we are discussing about whole of the 2 years that you are going to study. So mechanics, thermodynamics, electromagnetism, optics, these all comes in macroscopic level. In microscopic physics we are going to study about atoms, nuclear physics, nature of electron. Okay, very important chapter. The nature of photon, what is photon, what is its nature. Then semiconductor, this is also very interesting and my favorite topic, but you are going to study this in class 12th. So this is all about your scopes. Then there are very other chapters also that are included in these only. Okay, but main branches are this much. Now let us come to the most important part of this chapter, that is the fundamental forces of nature. Okay, this is the only topic that is most probable for your examination purpose. Now, fundamental forces means all the forces that we experience. Okay, all the forces that we have seen in this whole universe is divided in 4 fundamental categories. Okay, 4 fundamental groups. What are these 4 categories? One is your gravitational force, then weak nuclear force, then electromagnetic force, and strong nuclear force. These are only the 4 type of main forces, and all the forces that we see are some or the other way comes in one of the category of these only. Okay, now let us discuss one by one all the forces. So gravitational force, we all know that it is the force that act between 2 masses. Whenever we have 2 masses, suppose this is one mass and this is the other one. Okay, whenever any body is having mass, there is a force of attraction between the two. We also know the formula also. Gravitational force formula, do you all remember? F is equals to G m1 m2 upon r square. This was the formula. Force is directly proportional to product of the masses and inversely proportional to the distance between them, not the radius, distance between them. Okay, now we also know that this gravitational force is a weakest force. Weakest force how? See, earth and your inside this earth surface. Okay, so when I'm seeing these two pins, there is a force, but is it attracting both are attracting itself? No. Suppose I'm sitting here, okay, this table is having a mass, I'm having a mass. Now there is a force of attraction, but am I going towards the table or the table is coming towards me? No, because the force that is there is so weak that we cannot even feel. Okay, and this magnitude depends upon the product of the mass. So mass should be very, very, very large for this force to be strong. Okay, so we will see that this is one of the weakest force that exists in our nature. But this force is long range. You try to understand weak and long range. Long range means, see, earth and sun. The distance between earth and sun is so large. Okay, but still the force exists, and that is why earth is revolving around the sun. Moon and earth, the distance is so large, but still the force exists. That is why the moon is revolving around the earth. So the force is long range, but it is weak in nature. Okay, then it is always attractive. Have you ever seen gravitational force repelling any body? Two bodies having mass will repel. Have you ever heard of it? No. So gravitational force is always attractive in nature. Okay, so these are few things that we'll study about gravitational force. Next is weak nuclear force. Weak nuclear force is the rarest force in nature. Okay, this is very rare, and it is the newest, the foremost foundation of the scientists. Okay, this is found during radioactivity. Have you ever heard the radioactivity? What is radioactivity? Radioactivity means when there is a nucleus, and this nucleus gets, when it is unstable, it gets exploded, means it is divided, it gets split up in some parts. So during this process, what happens, this is known as beta decay, and during this process some of the neutrino comes out. Okay, and some of the rays that is emitted. So during that, the force that exists, why it is getting emitted, there must be some force. So this force is known as weak nuclear force, present inside the nucleus. Weak nuclear force, so which is present inside the nucleus. The name suggests that it is present inside the nucleus. Now it is very short range. You know, nucleus is so small, so and this force exists inside this nucleus, means the force is also very short range. It is not attracting any other thing, or it is not repelling any other thing. So this force is very short range. And what happens, the force is strongest, okay, stronger. It is stronger than your gravitational force, and it is neither attractive nor repulsive, because there is a decay. You are going to some of the parts you will study in radioactive about it, otherwise it is not that important. Okay, then next is electromagnetic force. What is electromagnetic force? So as the name suggests, electromagnetic means the force that exists, that acts between the charges, okay, two charged bodies, or when there is a force of attraction between two charges, we say it as electromagnetic force, or magnets. Okay, we say it as electromagnetic force. So these are long range. Again, like gravitational force, electromagnetic force are also long range. Then it is stronger than your weak nuclear force. It is stronger than this weak nuclear force. All the forces that we see, like tension of a rope, friction, normal force, spring force, all comes under your electromagnetic force. Okay, and this is also attractive as well as repulsive, both is there. This was only attractive, this is neither attractive nor repulsive, and this is both attractive as well as repulsive. Then strong nuclear force. Strong nuclear force is a typical type of force that is present inside the nucleus. See, try to understand. Suppose there is a nucleus. Okay, suppose there is a nucleus and there are electrons revolving around it. Okay, now inside this nucleus, electron has a negative charge. Inside this nucleus, what are the things that is present? Proton as well as a neutron. Okay, now proton is having a positive charge and neutron is not having any charge. But is there only one proton which is present? No, there are many protons that are present here. Okay, and these protons which are present over here, how can they be stable? Okay, according to electromagnetic force, whenever there is a charge, okay, positive and two positive charge, there must be a force of repulsion. But you see here inside the nucleus, you will find that protons are in stable condition, means there is a force of attraction between two protons, or there is a force of attraction between a neutron and a proton. That is why it is stable inside it, otherwise it would have exploded. The proton must have repelled the other proton and this nucleus would have exploded. So there is a force of attraction between two positive charges, or a positive and a neutral particle. This is neutral. So positive and a neutral particle, there is a force of attraction. This is known as strong nuclear force. So we can see the strong nuclear force present in between two neutrons, two protons, a proton and a neutron, all these things. And this force is charge independent because it is attracting between two positive charge also, two neutral charge also, and a positive and a neutral charge also. So these are charge independent. And very short range, again because it is present inside the nucleus, nuclear force, so it is short range. And this force is the strongest one among all the four. This is the strongest force. And nucleus is stable due to this force only. Our nucleus, which is there inside each and every atom, is stable due to this force only. And it is always attractive. There is no repulsion in this case. It is always attractive. So let us number it. Suppose strong nuclear force, I give strength as 1. Okay. Then your electromagnetic force is less stronger than this, so I'll give it 10 to the power minus, means 1 by 100 I will give it electromagnetic force. Then to weak nuclear force, the strength is 1 by 10 to the power 13, means 1 by 13 zeros. Okay. Then gravitational force is the least strongest, that is 1 by 10 to the power 39, so 10 to the power minus 39 we can see it. Range, so gravitational force is also in infinite range, and electromagnetic also infinite range. Weak nuclear force is very short range, and strong nuclear force is also short range. So this much about your first chapter. Now let us begin the second chapter.